Shalom, all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the elder apostle, great millstone. Citation you I can teach all truth and sincerity. Excuse me. It's gonna be a quick hit. Starts us off in Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10, which is Sirach chapter 12, verse 10, and so this is Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 10. It says, "Never trust thy enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness." So our mortal enemy is Esau, Edom, and you other nations, but mainly Esau, Edom is our main mortal enemy, because and Esau is the red Hebrew Edomite, the so-called Caucasians, and the reason why we shouldn't trust him because Esau will smile in your face, will have a plan devised to uh, for your demise. He has calculated ways to kill you, and he doesn't care if you die or perish because that was his goal from the beginning. You know, you know, and he's the wicked. Um, the wicked are in rulership. So why we put our trust in the wicked seed, the wicked nation? You know, because Esau could humble himself and act like he's all such a good guy, but really he's not. But because I can give you a quick example. Like the Native Americans, Esau broke every treaty or every agreement that he made with the Native Americans. Like it says in Psalms, I believe it's 55. If it's it might be like verse 17. It says that his words were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. You know, like his words were, what's the word, convincing and very, 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 very um, eloquent, and they got the Native Americans signed those documents, and as soon as they signed those documents, and after that moment of signing those documents, they took down those Native Americans and gave them what's the word, diseased blankets, and you know use germ warfare, chemical warfare on these people, on Gad and the rest of the natives, just to bring them down off their land so they could claim those lands as theirs, which was unrighteous decrees. No, yeah, well, not unrighteous decrees, but it was wickedness. It was a wicked way of doing it. So, taking them off the land that way, or removing them off the land off against their will, you know, because I believe it um, either it was Thomas Jefferson or Andrew Jackson that ordered for the Native Americans to leave off their land and move to Oklahoma. If I'm not mistaken, it's either Thomas Jefferson or Andrew Jackson. Is one of those presidents. Slovakia if I got it wrong. Um, but it was one of those presidents that said for the Native Americans to move to Oklahoma so they could, what's the word, be taken off the land and moved from the south to Oklahoma. You know. But anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. This is Sirach chapter 12 verse 11. It says, "Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou wipe the looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away, because Esau may act nice in front of you, and may you know show up and shake your hand, but in the back of his mind, he's looking at you uh, as less superior to him, and if he doesn't like you, um, he'll end up coming against you. You know. But anyway, says verse 12, set him not by thee, lest he has overthrown thee. He stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, as he seek to take thy seat, and thou, as at the last, remember thy words, and be pricked. You know, and that's what the Native Americans did. They set Esau near them. Esau, um, he studied the Native Americans, lived amongst the Native Americans, and then he turned against them. That's what happened too. They the Native Americans cleaned the Edomites up, and then the Edomites turned against them. You know, and that was and that was Esau's way of repaying the Native Americans. They were taught the ways of the land, and once they got them taught, they did turn against them. So anyway, I'm gonna say all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashim Yahshua, Bashim Kakadash, double honors to the other apostles, great millstone, citation, you all can teach all true sincerity and shalom.